Greetings, everyone. Happy Monday. How y'all doing?
Happy Monday.
This is my girlfriend BT. We've been friends for about 20 years, and I wanted to have her come be with me today because, first of all, I love her and she's beautiful, right? Isn't she just gorgeous? She's such a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
But she is super freaking talented. She she sells beautiful houses, but she also is a designer.
Mm-hmm.
So please take a moment just to say hello.
Hi.
And then tell them about your.
Okay, yeah, I have a line called Addis VIV, and it is ultimately going to be about bringing sacred products into your home, and my intention is eventually for there to be products for every room in your home. But I launched it with my candle line. So these are some of my lovely candle babies, and yeah, I mean, ultimately, I've been designing and creating for years, and I've made candles kind of for fun. Starting a few years ago, a dear friend introduced me to this. Actually, when I was younger, I made some, but a good friend of mine introduced me to a place where I can make my own candles with ingredients that I really, really loved. And a lot of people would just tell me you need to sell this, and I was like, no, I'd rather give them to people. And then eventually I realized I actually want hundreds of people to have these things in their home. Mm-hmm. So my team, we created a business so that everybody can have these pieces in their homes. And I made my first one a few years ago for myself, like the big baby here, the Sahai bowl, because I felt like pulled to have a big candle, and it's almost like a life, to be really honest. Like the big candle feels like a person, how you can feel a pet in your home. It really, when it's all lit, you feel the energy. And it lasted for a year, and then every time people come over, they're like, what's happening? This has to exist. So I let that, it just was in the back of my mind for a while. And then when the pandemic hit, I kept lighting my big candle, and I kept thinking, God, I'm so glad I have this. Something about it was bringing me peace. And then I just remember one morning after a meditation thinking, I wish every household had a big candle, and that we all said a prayer over our candles before everybody lit it, just to have this pandemic go away, just for there to be peace. And knowing that every household shares one thing, and we're all holding the same intention together. And that's what kind of moved me, I got to do this because I want to get this out there. And so it really is, it's 1,000% about sacred living. It's 1,000% about being intentional. I have a tendency to, I don't know, I'm slow when it comes to technology and everything moving so fast. I feel like nothing's sacred anymore. You know what I mean? And so this is my gift to everyone, to bring sacredness back in, because everything's so damn fast nowadays.
Absolutely. So that makes sense. It's one of my intentions has been to bring sacred practice to secular living. That is, I wrote that out when we were at Agape. BT and I went to Agape together.
Right.
So I totally understand what you're talking about. While we're in this thing about sacred living, I want to talk about, because the moon today is in Cancer, and it's in the Cancer at 14 degrees. Right when I just looked at it at 14 degrees, and you have Saturn in Cancer.
I do.
Yes.
Okay.
So Cancer is the energy that rules our inner world, our feelings. Really, it's our early childhood foundation, our home. You're talking about creating things for the home, but really, it's this deeper capacity to feel deeply, to express your emotions. Tell me a little bit about that for you.
That's really funny. How do I tell you a little bit about that?
Okay, well, because we have 10 minutes, so okay.
So what do you mean? What do you want me to
Well,
give me
Saturn. So Saturn is restrictions, right?
Yeah.
Saturn is karma.
Yeah.
So I would love if you would take a minute, because
I will.
Yes.
This would actually be practice
Yes.
as it relates to that area.
That's
for
right.
me to do that, to reveal myself like that.
That's right. And so the karma around, if you feel around the feminine in your own universe, right?
Yeah.
Maybe where you come from a little bit, right? Just a tiny bit. Okay, go ahead.
Well, so you've been a teacher, beyond being my sisters, you've been a teacher of so many things. So you've helped expose these areas in my life that are a result of you know, where the planets were when I was born. And one of the things that I cannot deny is that the karmic aspect of Saturn and Cancer being emotions, the family aspect, like being really close to all of the desire to make home, be close to family, being incredibly sensitive. Like that is very much who I am,
yes.
very much who I am. But the Saturn being there has created restrictions there. So what that looks like, number one, in terms of emotions, like I'm a deeply, deeply emotional, sensitive person, but I'm incredibly guarded. And I'm also, I think, I don't know, in terms of the additional restriction stuff, like, I think it's mainly the karmic aspect of it, right? So whether it's, I come from a lineage of like incredible women who, in my culture, like the women are these blessed martyrs, and that they're like, when I think of Ethiopia, I think of mother. I've always thought that, like even when you go there, it's right. Like all the people are beautiful. Like I don't even look at myself as Ethiopian when I'm observing, but the women, the children, the men, but really women stand out, and they're all mothers, and it's all children, and it's like, it's so beautiful. But there is a restriction, in my opinion, where it's very rare to like, I just feel like their lives are dedicated to that. And it is one thing I've always desired myself. It's one thing that hasn't happened yet, but I know the universe will be blessing me in some way. God will. But I do think that, like, what I got to, as a result of the work I'm doing with you and recognizing the impact of Saturn and Cancer, I'm able to, if I was willing to do the work, I'm able to express, I'm able to heal, I'm able to deal with, you know, anything traumatic, whether it's mine or from my ancestors, that the women in my family never got a chance to do.
Yes.
Right? Because they stayed the matriarchs, they're like the most powerful, incredible women, but I just feel like it's not about them. Like the women in my culture, it's never about them. It's always about everybody else. And I have that in me. That's how I live too. And as a result, I do put everybody else first, and like I don't really say what I really feel. I don't really say what I really need. Because it's like, it just feels better. It feels more true to sacrifice myself. And it's just, and this is like the fact that this is about to be, but this is me breaking free of it. That's why I'm sharing it.
That's right. Because the sun is in Aries, and we're starting new patterns now. We're creating new identities. And so you are stepping into a new identity, creating this.
Like this was even a very big, vulnerable move on my part. Like, who do I think I am? Like trying to start this business now. Like, you should just be doing this over here and just focus on family and your home. But this had to come. This came through the pandemic. This had to come. And I do feel like this work that I'm doing with you, I'm doing on my own and with all my other teachers, is it's not just for me. It's gotten very, very clear. The reason why all of this is so hard is it's because it's for the women from before. Even my mother, my aunts, my grandmother, everybody, all the way back. There's so many sacrifices. When I think about it, none of their emotions were expressed. None of their, I don't know how many of their needs were truly met, if I'm really going there. So that karmic stuff landed in my body, landed in me. And apparently God was like, you could do this.
That's right, you got it.
So that's what this is about. And I do believe that it's taken a long time. And it feels like a little arrested development in one area of my life, but I realize it's not in a negative way. It's just that my experience is different than somebody else's. I'm here to do this work and then also have my heart's deepest desires. You know,
the thing that I really appreciate about what I hear you saying is that the timing, right? And that's one of the things Saturn is. Saturn is restrictions, delays the time. Saturn delays the time. So in Cancer, Saturn will delay your emotions and delay your home and delay your internal world and have you sort of locked away. It's Cancer, right? It's the crab, right? So would have you locked away in your internal world. And now,
and that's exactly how I felt my entire life. Like what you see in the world, when you see me, it's not a lie, but that's not who I am solely. Like I'm actually who I am inside, and it's like, it's taken the last 20 years.
Right, to crack that shell open and get yourself out.
That's
and
right.
It's been such a beautiful journey watching you and
I
being with
appreciate you guiding me.
It's fun, and we've been in it together.
I know,
like,
yeah.
BT,
I don't mean like
BT is my homegirl.
it's not
right?
this.
right,
it's
right.
more like, but the
Right.
fact that you are able to witness my experience
Yes.
and remember,
Yes.
you know, and hold me accountable.
That's right, and it's
Yeah.
and we are blessed girlfriends. It's
That's
BT
right.
is a she's a karmic sister. Many years ago, I had a dream that we were moving through the bush with our just like chopping down tall grass, and then we got on the other end and we looked at each other and we're like,
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Right,
See you later. Right.
So we're soul travelers together.
Yes.
So it's been really a pleasure to do this. So I am so curious about, you know, just you know, what your vision is going forward for your work and
What? Yeah, right. So it's funny. I'm one of those people that I'm incredibly private, and I don't want to share unless I've fully thought it out and I have a backup for my backup and my
Yeah.
backup for the other backup.
Right,
you know.
right.
And I didn't have that. I just I had a lot of people on my team, like people who love me, like partners, and different people were like, "You just have to push this out now. It just
Yeah.
has to,"
Yeah.
which was so scary. I don't do that, you know. But every week, every day, it's like I get spirit talks to me, you know, and so with that, I mean, I've always known from the beginning, like, yes, I manufacture here locally, and I'm working with a local ceramicist who's incredible, Alejandro, who's helping me design my own bowls. And because I want to put a piece of me in the home, you know, and I'm happy to be working with whoever created this specific piece as well.
This is amazing, you all.
Yeah.
This is so beautiful. So this is one of them, this one, and then the gold one there in front. It's beautiful, beautiful
Thank
work.
you. And so what I was going to say is that the next push is where we have these wonderful blankets. Oh, I should have had one here, but anyways, a gabi from Ethiopia, and every Ethiopian household has like 5 to 10, right? And they're just they're like a hug, you know, and they keep you warm or they'll keep you cool, what have you. So we're going to be launching the gabis, but my intention is to be able to really have a good sort of like a good relationship with in Ethiopia in terms of importing and exporting. That doesn't really exist just yet, but I'm working on that because I'd love to empower the women and the men that are weavers. So just to know that, I mean, to have profits go there and we're bringing the gabis here and helping them like generate income and just be a part of something here that's so meaningful to me. So everything we do is incredibly intentional, and candles, the gabis, we have other things we'll be bringing out, but I don't know. It's just ultimately the dream is to have sacred pieces in everybody's home.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
That is beautiful.
Thank
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let me tell y'all something. BT does everything well. I want y'all to know that. She does everything well.
I received that.
So today, while the moon is in Cancer and it's a moon day, and the moon is the mother, the moon is the family, the moon is the home. Cancer is the home, the family, the moon. Use this time to really nurture your inner reality and what's true for you, like what you feel, right? Like your truth, like giving yourself the permission to express yourself, to feel your feelings, to share your feelings. And don't hold back, because the holding back is like you resisting your true self.
100%.
So let yourself be true.
That's what we just did.
That's right.
Yes,
So
that
thank
feels
you, BT,
good.
for joining us today.
Thank you. I
really
appreciate you coming over and doing this with me.
Always, right? So go check out her. Where's your
Oh, the website will be. I know we've been saying it, but you know what? That's
what's
fine.
your IG?
Oh yes, Addis VIV, ADDIS VIV. So Addis as in Addis Ababa, and VIV, my old boutique.
Yeah.
So at Addis VIV, come get some candles. Send us private messages. For now, people are doing a bunch of pre-orders.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank
Peace
you,
and
sweetheart.
blessings.
Thank
I love
you.
you.
Love you.
All right, you all. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.